Every superhero inevitably has a supervillain that antagonizes them. Superman has Lex Luthor. Batman has the Joker. Spider-Man has the Green Goblin, and so on. Unfortunately, we as the Jewish people have our own rogues gallery of supervillains that rivals those of any superhero. Hitler, may his name be wiped out. And years before that, Haman, and Amalek, and Pharaoh. And in this week's Torah portion, Balak, the king of Midian, and Balaam, the sorcerer. So we're in Numbers, chapter 24, before and after. And Balaam extorts an exorbitant sum for his services. And Balak hires him to go curse the Jewish people. So Balaam picks the right spot, sets up a bunch of altars with bulls and rams to be sacrificed, casts his ensorceling eye at the Jewish people, does whatever sorcerers do, I presume some sort of a woo-woo-woo-woo-woo, or whatever, and he gets ready to curse us. But instead of cursing us, God makes a blessing come forth from his mouth each time he tries to curse us. One of those blessings is Matovu Ohalecha Yaakov. How good are your tents, Jacob. Mishkanosecha Yisroel, your dwelling places, Israel. And those of us who go to synagogue every morning recognize that phrase because it's the first line in the first prayer that we say every morning. Why? When the rabbis were setting our prayer service, why pick Balaam? Granted, what he says is nice about us, and granted, he's quoting God because God's really putting the words in his mouth, but the rabbis couldn't find something beautiful that King David said in Psalms or something that King Solomon said to quote, or quote God from somewhere in the Torah. We have to pick Balaam so he gets the credit for that? Why? I think there are a number of reasons I want to suggest too. Number one, any of us, no matter how distant or alienated from God, no matter how insignificant we may view ourselves, any of us have the ability to make a lasting, permanent impact on the Jewish people and on history. If Balaam, the evil sorcerer, can do it, however reluctantly, we certainly can do it if we try to. Number two, the reason we are here as Jews is to be an or lagayim, a light unto the nations. We're supposed to represent God. We wear a C for captain on our uniform, not a yellow badge on our arms. And we're supposed to set an example of honesty, of piety, of morality, of empathy, of sympathy, of hospitality, of charity, so that when the non-Jew sees the Jew, they say, wow, look at that person. Tremendous. A friend of mine and his wife were on vacation once. They're Jewish, but not recognizably so in name or in appearance. They befriended a non-Jewish couple, and at the end of one of the days, they were comparing notes about what each had done on vacation. So the non-Jewish couple said, oh, we were in a store, and there was this necklace that we liked, and the proprietor was asking $300, but we Jewed him down to $250. That's what Jew means? That's sickening. That's not the way Jew should be used. Here's how it should be used. Businessman or woman goes out on a business lunch, takes a bunch of clients out, comes home that night and says to his or her spouse, you know, I had an interesting thing happen today. I went out to lunch with a bunch of clients to an expensive restaurant. We ordered a bottle of wine, $200 bottle of wine, and when I looked at the bill, the waiter didn't charge us. And I said to myself, you know what, I don't have to say anything. You know, that's his problem, not my problem. But then I said, you know, I can't do that because I have to go back to work. And when I go back to work, I'm going to see Schwartz, my Jewish colleague. And I know he's so honest, he would never do something like that. So instead, I decided to Jew the right thing and tell the waiter about the missing charge. That's how the non-Jewish world should use the word or the verb Jew. Not to mean to ruthlessly haggle or to be cheap, but to be honest, to be upright, to be moral, to be pious. That's our job, to live up to that captain's C on our uniform, to lead by example, and to be a light unto the nations.